Estonia is quite a small country in Northern Europe on the eastern coast of the Baltic Sea. We have 1.3 million of people, and we have we have one state language, that is the Estonian language. But at the same time, this 1.3 million of people is also 142 nationalities living in Estonia, and we have the biggest national minority living in Estonia. That's 25% of people, and they speak Russian as their mother tongue. And if we speak about implementation of Clil in the education system, what is unique about Estonia is that, differently from many other countries that use Clil to study the language of minorities or to study foreign language, Estonia uses Clil to study the state language, the Estonian language mostly. And we see content and language integrated learning and language immersion as one of its form as being acknowledged in the national curricula and recommended as a form of learning and teaching Estonian as a second language. We also see Clil as best practices supported through development of key competences, if we talk about communication competences and many others in general, and key competences. And speaking at the state level, we also talk about a strong state language immersion program that was founded in year 1998, so it's more than 20 years ago. And at the moment, we're talking about over 10% of all the preschools and schools that are members of the language immersion program. And again, I would like to emphasize that this is a state language immersion program. So the language immersion program starts at the preschool level and covers all the 9 years of compulsory education. So this is what makes us unique if we talk about implementation of Clil. So let me go forward. And so what actually has allowed us to cope with these new conditions of distance learning? What has allowed us to actually transfer all our good practices of teaching in the second language for our students, that is the Estonian language, in the new conditions? Here I would like to say a big thank you to our partners, and this is very nice for me to see this geographical representation at today's webinar. I know it may seem humble, but we see Tallinn, we see Tartu, and we see Narva. This is a very nice representation for Estonia. And also we see our representatives of our parents, our students, our schools. So we have a strong network of teacher trainers and coaches. We have network of education specialists and municipalities, because the majorities of the educational institutions belonging to our program are run by municipalities. We have a network of directors of both schools and kindergartens. We do a lot of networking events for teachers, be those professional development events or just networking events, and different mailing lists and groups on social media. We have cooperation with parents. We are very proud of our alumni who are quite successful in all their areas of professional work, but it's especially gratifying to see those who were language immersion pupils go back to schools and become language immersion teachers. And if we talk about distance learning period and this what has been happening for the last 6-7 weeks, it's good to see the grassroots level initiatives when there are spontaneous groups in social networks with parents and teachers actually sharing tips and their experience and helping each other with advice on how to support children with learning the second language in the conditions of distant learning. And what do we do? How do we support our teachers and our parents during this time? So our students and teachers have us, specialists of Innove Multilingual Educational Language Immersion Center, to rely on online study materials. Here you see just two examples of the guidelines and textbooks that were published last year and are available for teachers online. We have actually taken some of our services online. The example here is methodological coaching for teachers. So this is the service. It can be done individually. There's also possibility for group coaching. So at the time convenient for the teacher, they can agree with the coach and have an online session via Skype or Zoom or any other environment. So at the time convenient and when it's necessary for the teacher. And also we have participated in webinars and we have initiated webinars that again help us again to provide teachers with help and then help them to get connected with their colleagues. And what would be our tips probably to partners? This time has actually shown to us what are the areas that our teachers need development in, what is it where we need to develop in, and I guess when this time is over, we have more strength to develop. We know where we have room for development. This time has shown some of our schools and kindergartens where their strengths is. It has helped them find their uniqueness. You know, as there is a saying, never let a good crisis go to waste. So hopefully some of our institutions will continue development, this newly found strength. So some of our institutions found that this is not a challenge, but a possibility. And this time has really demonstrated the real benefits of Clil, that learning a language through a subject is a great opportunity to actually learn it in a better and in a fuller way. And actually that integration of subjects makes the study process not only more efficient, but more enjoyable. So thank you for your attention.